Hey, Four Sand Buffaloes, it's Miss Barron here. I wanted to hop on and talk about our coping tool of the week. The last couple of weeks, we have focused on deep breathing and different strategies on how to do deep breathing and add to our toolbox. Today, and for the rest of the school year, we are going to focus on mindfulness. And so, what is mindfulness? And so, let's talk about it. This is from that book that I use a lot, the Coping Tools for Kids workbook. It's just a great tool to have, and it gives ways and strategies on how to cope with worry, anxiety, being overwhelmed, worry. And so, let me just share what mindfulness is, and then we'll kind of jump into it. So mindfulness is being aware of what's happening in the present moment, so right now what's happening. It's actually a type of meditation and closely related to yoga. Mindfulness can be a helpful tool if you have a hard time managing your thoughts and emotions, or it can improve your concentration. That's pretty cool. Mindfulness is not about trying to clear your mind, but allowing thoughts and emotions to come and go without judgment, so meaning that you don't get upset about those thoughts. And just being in that present moment, like, I'm okay, I'm here, I'm fine. It takes practice to be able to do this. It's not easy. When you are aware of the present, you will be more able to see what's happening around you and settle yourself, your mind more easily. These coping skills are designed to help you focus on the present moment and have been found to reduce stress. So if you have a big test coming up or a big exam or something, these can really help reduce that stress if you really just concentrate on the present moment. And so today I'm going to talk about just a few strategies. The first one is focus on sound. And again, when you are doing mindfulness, you're going to really focus on your five senses. So if you think about your five senses, you've got see, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, and what you feel. And mindfulness is all about getting into your five senses, because when you do that, you really zone in to the present moment, which is right now. So the first one is called focus on sounds. And so you're going to start by getting into a comfortable position and taking a few deep breaths, which we all know how to do that. After a few minutes, you're going to stretch your hearing outside where you are right now. So think about what you hear. Is it the traffic from outside on the street? Is it birds chirping, a garbage truck backing up? Is it, I'm in my office right now, so is it someone walking down the hallway? Is it chattering in the teacher's lounge? And then next, you're going to turn your attention to what's happening in the room where you are. Do you hear a sound machine, the lights buzzing, the clock ticking, like currently right now? I'm sitting in my room and I can hear the air flowing, which makes a little sound. And then finally, pay attention and listen to what's going on in your body. So can you hear your stomach rumbling? Or do you have a headache? Can you hear your joints popping? Whatever it is in your body that you can hear. And so what that does is it brings you into that present moment and really focusing in on what you hear, one of your five senses. Okay, so that's one. Another one, and Miss Barron loves to do this one, take a mindful walk. And so when you go on a mindful walk, it's not just a normal walk. You're really focusing in on your five senses. And so anytime you take a walk, either at home or at school, you can choose to make it a mindful walk. Before you begin, focus your mind to pay attention to your senses. When you're walking, you're going to be paying attention to what you hear, what you see, what you feel, and what you smell. You may be tasting water or tasting a snack, so you can also focus on that. So here's an example. For instance, you're walking in the woods by a babbling brook and leaves are on the trail. You may hear the crunching leaves and the water moving in the stream. Okay, you may see trees and leaves falling from the trees when the wind blows, and you may feel a breeze on your skin. You may smell earth, grass, and scents from flowering plants. Pay attention to what's happening with your senses. If other thoughts come into your mind, that's okay, because remember, we're not getting rid of them, but go back to the present moment and refocus on your senses again. See if you can do this for 5 minutes. It can be quite challenging. And so there's two. that I've just shared with you. Focus on sounds and then take a mindful walk. And that mindful walk will also help kind of get you calmed down because your body's back in a rhythm when you're walking. So if you ever get upset or mad or you're just worried or maybe you're sad, go for a nice walk outside. It really does help. It helps get your body back into a rhythm, and it also really helps you to focus in on that present moment, and you're okay. We're okay. Okay? Another one that I was going to share with you is imagine your favorite place. So this means that you can do this wherever you're at, in your room, at the kitchen table, or if you're in the classroom. So sometimes all you want to do is run away when you're faced with a tough or stressful situation. However, you can't always run away and escape. Remember, we talked about that fight, flight, or freeze mode, and sometimes we like to escape. So what you can do is pretend. Your imagination is a powerful tool you can use anywhere to help you calm down and relax. The beauty of this coping skill is that you can use it anywhere, just like I said, and people have no idea you're doing it. So imagine your favorite place. Miss Barron's favorite place is the mountains with lots of trees, the cool breeze, the smell of pine. I love that. Calming place. So your favorite calming place. Mountains are mine. Yours might be the beach, the desert, wherever you like to go, a garden, or in nature, or even on a stage. Maybe you like to perform. But take a few minutes and really think about what would be there. So think about those five senses again. What is around you? What's under your feet? What do you smell? What do you hear? How warm or cool it is. And so Miss Barron said that hers would be a mountain, or the mountains. And so what would be around me? A log cabin, lots of beautiful trees, just full thick forest. What would be under my feet? Probably a warm fuzzy blanket because I'm in the mountains and I have my feet covered. What do you smell? The trees, the pine trees. What do you hear? I would envision this place to have a river right beside it, and so I would hear the river trickling down, and then how warm or cool it is. I like it cool, so I can have a little blanket and have a little book and maybe my coffee because Miss Barron likes coffee. And so that really does help me to kind of get in that present moment. So think deeply about all of those senses and imagine you are there for a few minutes. And this will help to calm you down during a tough or stressful situation. Okay? And then the last one, well, actually there's two more, is have a mindful snack. Did you know that your snack could be mindful? So anytime you have a snack, you can eat it in a mindful way. So let's use a blueberry as an example. Before you do anything, take a moment to look at the blackberry, sorry. Notice all the details about the blackberry. So you're looking at how big it is, what color it is it soft, is it small? So you're still kind of toning into those five senses. Does it smell? How does it feel? Think of what the blackberry may have looked like growing on the vine on the farm in the sun. Take a moment and sniff it. Does it have a strong scent or a faint scent? Next, place it in your mouth, but don't chew or swallow it. Notice how the berry feels in your mouth. Chew it several times, paying attention to the sensations and the taste. What changes as you chew? Once you have chewed it thoroughly and you're ready, swallow the blackberry. You can do this with any snack or sweet treat. Try it with a piece of chocolate or potato chip. Yep, Miss Barron loves chocolate and potato chips. See what you notice about this food that you didn't notice before. And so it's just really tuning into those five senses again. That's all mindfulness is really tuning into those five senses. And then finally the last one, and this is not one that Miss Barron is great at, but I've started to do at home just to help me because, even Miss Barron needs some coping tools. So yoga, and it is related to mindfulness meditation. The goal of yoga and mindfulness meditation is to reduce stress and become more aware of what's going on around you in the present moment. Try to do a few simple yoga moves. And so you can easily Google these. If you're a YouTuber, you can go on YouTube and look at different yoga poses for kids. And so I'm just going to show you these real quick because these are all simple ones. You've got the warrior pose, the cobra pose, the easy pose, You've got the seal pose, the downward dog, and the camel pose. So those are all different types of yoga moves that you can do, again, that help reduce stress, and is a great coping tool for your toolbox. And so Miss Barron just went over, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different coping tools for your coping box, all dealing with mindfulness. And I did this because next week's our last week, and I wanted to end the summer lead, I guess, to the end of the school year, with my most favorite coping tool. And it does fall under mindfulness, but this is one that I use often, and people don't even know I use it. And it's one I teach to my kids that come into the office. And so it is called grounding, and it is an excellent coping tool. And so I can't wait to share it with you. Okay. If you have questions about these coping tools, please email me, ask me. Again, this comes from this book that I have, the Coping Skills for Kids. But you can pretty much Google them anywhere. Just Google mindfulness activities for kids, and tons come up. And so, okay, friends, it's time for me to go. I just wanted to hop on and share those with you. There are 3 things I tell you all the time. You matter, you're important, I care about you, and I miss you big. Bye.